Why did the Buddha need to teach? You see, because he could see that our nature was no different from his. Why did he need to teach? And the reason is that he taught because we are disconnected from reality. We are disconnected from how things actually are. So now, there's a reason why I'm saying this as well, and that is that people differ in the degrees to which they are disconnected from reality. And because of that, that has given rise to all kinds of different Buddhist traditions, different paths. So, you have Theravadan Buddhism, Zen Buddhism, Chinese Buddhism, Vajrayana, and so on. And all those paths have the same purpose, to connect us with reality. But those paths talk to the disconnected person in language that the disconnected person can understand. Because there's different types of disconnection, right? What's true in one path might be incomprehensible to another path. I don't know if I'm explaining. I don't want to spend too long on this. I just wanted to outline something. And although there's no higher or lower paths, because they all have the same purpose, to connect people with reality, one of the things that is said is that on the lower paths, when you try to look at the higher paths, it's incomprehensible. When you're on the higher path, you can understand why the lower path is the way that it is. So, okay, there's a whole purpose of this, which is about to come out. So, when you don't know that, and this is like, we have no tradition in the West of all these different Buddhist paths, we think it's all the same stuff, but it's not. They're not the same stuff. They're not all talking in the same way about the same things. And when you don't know that, you can get quite confused. Because one teaching will say one thing, and another teaching will say another thing. And so you're trying to work out, and I see this. Like, for example, I see people that they might quote from a book that they've read, Goldman, any of these, and what you don't realize is that you're getting a particular presentation based upon how certain people are disconnected from reality. Now, when it comes to the highest teaching, to Dzogchen, that's characterized by the direct experience of reality. It's not approached through ideas. You understand? It's characterized by the direct experience of reality, personal, direct experience of reality. It's not approached through ideas. The ideas can be used to point to the direct experience, which is what we're going to do. This is one of the reasons why the highest Dzogchen teachings aren't how would you put this? You can't approach them through ideas. So this is why some of those teachings have to be done live. They have to be done in a particular environment, so you get a particular experience. Do you understand this? This is okay. So this is why I didn't make what happened on last Saturday available to everyone. And the first thing you need to know is that it's not enough to understand the Dzogchen teachings. See, all this is, I hope you can see all this is in the same kind of ballpark. It's not enough to understand the Dzogchen teachings. I can remember, I think this, when you get old, you start to remember all these things that happened when you were young. I can remember my brother was playing in a soccer match, maybe, something like that, a soccer match. And my dad, I was there I was bored with it. I don't like football at all. I was there. I was probably playing with a little car on the seats or something. And the guy said to my dad, God, your son really understands, what needs to be done, in playing the game, And my dad said, yeah, he says, but he's not able to do it. He understands it very, very well, but he's not able to do it. And that kind of really struck with me, Like, for example, you could have an amazing understanding of the science of cooking, but you could be a terrible cook. You might understand Dzogchen. I see this. You might understand Dzogchen, but you're still stuck. Because it's only on the level of understanding. So we need to have a personal, first-hand experience. Okay, now it's time for a gulp of tea. Is that making any sense? So it can be very confusing, different sources, all this kind of stuff. I know, for example, I think Malcolm has forbidden people from putting other people's stuff on his website. But this is why, okay?